107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B.
It is nice to welcome the Ice Queen, who you guys love to hate and love to talk about, but her real name is Angela Robinson. Thank you for coming by tonight. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Life is well for the Ice Queen, huh?
Life is well. So good. I can't complain about any of it.
Not at all.
Nope.
So I just want to kind of know, you've stumbled across this wonderful role.
Yeah.
How did this wonderful audition come up? Take us back to that moment where you got lined up to audition for Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey's Baby. That turned out to be a huge success for the OWN network. I'm sure that's a story that you probably never get tired of telling, so can you share it with me tonight?
Never get tired of telling.
Okay.
So I'm in Atlanta. I'm doing a musical. I'm a musical theater girl.
I got you.
Theater, that's my heart. I was doing Into the Woods, playing the witch.
Wow. Some things in life, you just never know how things are going to turn out. Huh?
I know. So the casting director from Tyler Perry Studios is in the house. And the next thing, a few days, I get a call saying, oh, they really liked you in the play. They want to see you. At the time, they were doing House of Pain and Meet the Browns.
Nice.
And so they said they have a part for you on Meet the Browns. So I got the audition material, and I was so excited. It was probably a one-scene role. Went out there, loved it. The studio's amazing.
I can imagine.
And auditioned, didn't get it.
Really?
Didn't get it. They said, not this time. You're not right for it. So I went back home. Thought I sort of blew my shot, And a year and a half later, I get a call. I'm home really, really busy. A friend of mine's father passed away, and her whole family was in my house. I get a call saying, they want you to put yourself on tape for this role of Veronica for a new series. And I thought, I don't have time. There's no way I can do it. And my husband, being the amazing husband that he is, he said, when everybody goes to bed, we'll just stay up and do it. I'll run the camera, you work on the lines, put your makeup on, and let's work it. And we did it, and we got it in. They wanted it in by noon, I think, and by 5, I got a call that said, can you fly out the next day?
God is amazing, isn't he?
Amazing.
Wow. There's a lot of life lessons you said in this short period of time. A lot of life lessons. Patience, I think is one of them. Never giving up, still pursuing. I mean, am I wrong?
Those are all the life lessons that sometimes no is not final. It's just not now.
Wow.
And do what you do, which theater is what I do. So sometimes when we're trying to pursue bigger things, we stop doing what we do. We stop doing that thing.
Yeah, well, and we get disappointed along the way, too. But let's go back to your character that you play, Veronica Harrington, who is, I can't use the B word, but who has been a B to so many. And I don't know if it's because of her addiction that maybe she's coming across. I don't know if because life had its turns and ups and downs. But when we see you on the have and have-nots and you get into that character role, I don't know what kind of research you've done. Maybe it was going back to the witch in the woods. I don't know what kind of research you've done, but you bring a lot of conviction to this role in a great way. So I want to know what kind of investigative, what kind of perspective, what kind of character role research did you do in order to play Veronica so well?
I just know her. I know her.
You have a girlfriend who's like that, don't you?
And I won't even say who it is. But
she had to do some personal research because you do it so well.
But
wow.
I know her, and it was so easy for me to remember that friend, and also to add some nuances. People ask me that question all the time, and it's a really good question. But I went to school for acting, so it's what I do. It's what to bring these characters to life. What I love is that Veronica is so people relate to it so much, whether they love her or whether they hate her. It makes them feel so much that they think this can't be acting. That is the biggest compliment you could ever give me.
Yeah, I mean, well, when you bring a character to life, and you forget about the person that you're looking at, even if they know you, and you just get into the person, the person who you're portraying. And sometimes that can obviously carry beyond when the role is long gone because they just remember you doing that role so well. So I would say kudos to you. You must have got an A in your acting class. You had to have gotten an A.
Thank you, Bill Esper.
The early
I
teachers.
hope so. You know, it's what I love. It's what I love.
Well, you know, you love it, and we love seeing you doing what you do. What can we expect? I know you can't give us a lot of stuff, but
Yes.
but just based on what she has done in the past and how cunning she can be and how cold she can be at times. She got a son, you know, Jeffrey. He's growing up. He's watching his mama. I don't know if he sees everything that mommy and daddy go through, but what do you hope Veronica will do for the good? If there's any good down the road, what do you hope for the good that she might do?
So what I hope and what will happen are
two
two
different-
very different
I'm sure,
things.
I'm sure.
Mr. Perry is the writer, and so that's that. I get the script like everybody else and go, what?
And you get
She's
into it.
doing that? I would love for her to really get with, respect, love her husband. That's what I would like. Yeah. And then them work out their differences with their family. Because in families, there's always going to be maybe the mom is more accepting of certain things that the child does and the dad. But in the end, you have to work it out as a family. So that's what I would really love. I love Peter Perros, who plays my husband. And we're always hoping that we get back together. But I don't know if that's going to happen because that doesn't create much drama.
I think your character has to meet Angela because, you know, you have been married for quite some time.
20 years in September.
And that's a blessing. I mean, that's a blessing for Hollywood. That's a blessing for this business.
Yeah.
And you remind me of Wendy Raquel Robinson. She's been married for a long time, too, and she just was on the show.
Oh,
and I just want to know, in digressing away from your character role on The Have and Have-Nots, what is the sustaining factor that keeps that love new, fresh, like it was for when you guys first met? Because obviously love is overwhelming and it's bubbly and it's enjoyable in the very beginning, but after a while, especially when you're married, you're waking up with the same person, I'm assuming, every day, you know, it can kind of get a little tarnished at times. And a marriage would be probably harder work than a regular relationship. So what is that factor? What is that sustaining power?
Marry your best friend.
Wow.
Really, because in the end, when I'm mad at him, I could never, walking out, leaving is not an option because he's my best friend.
That's deep.
You know, and that doesn't mean it's not hot and
Right.
heavy and wonderful, you know, but hot and heavy and wonderful doesn't go on every day. So, so when hot and heavy and wonderful is not going on, I know that this is my best friend, and I would never do anything to hurt my best friend.
Look, I know you were born in Jacksonville, Florida. I know you went to Florida A&M University.
Get it right. Family Rattlers in the house.
Exactly.
Yes.
But then you left that, and then you came to New York City.
Yes.
And then you pursued your acting career. So somewhere along that line, you met your husband. Mm-hmm. Is he an actor as well?
My husband is an actor as well. He's an acting professor. He teaches Shakespeare at the New School of Drama. He's an acting coach. Yeah, my husband's a great husband. I would not say it.
20 years in,
true.
I would think so.
He really, oh man, everybody that meets him, my female friends, they always say, "Would you write a book?" So when he cuts up at home, you know what I tell him? And they want you to write a book.
You see? And the book is going to benefit both of them. In talking about your character role in The Have and Have-Nots, which is on the OWN network, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't checked it out, it is definitely a favorite nighttime soap opera. And, you know, I don't know what Brother Tyler, I don't know how his mind ticks, but his mind is all over the place, and he knows how to keep us really on the cutting edge with this series, and it's been going so well for Oprah on this network, that's for sure. But your character ranges from being poor to escalating and being rich. Mm-hmm. And that's something that, you know, a lot of people who, once they get to a certain level in life, have a tendency not to want to go back to. And obviously, Veronica Harrington does not want to go back to that lifestyle as well. Is that the reason why she is the way she is as well? And she's so cunning and so manipulative at times?
You know, that's a great point. I think she had to be to make it, to be successful.
So all ice queens in America like that?
No. No. I mean, there are other ways.
Yeah.
There are definitely other ways, but I think whatever it is, and we haven't gotten her backstory yet.
Okay.
I hope that we get it at some point. But I think from all that I've gathered about her, she had to go through a lot to make it out of the South Side of Chicago. So
Chicago's a rough spot. I understand.
Yeah. So
Right.
for her to, and in everything there's a flip side, right?
Sure.
If you're aggressive and assertive, it can be a positive thing, or it can be a negative thing. And I think she's sort of taken aggressive and assertive to
a new level. A new level. I'm telling you, you got to watch it. It comes on Central.
Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock.
Tuesdays, 9 o'clock on the OWN Network. You'll see this beautiful lady do her thing in amazing ways. So aside from being a part of this wonderful cast, are you doing other projects?
Yeah, I'm still doing theater. I do a lot of readings and workshops around town.
Wow.
I'm looking for the right vehicle because it's difficult because we're in production. And so we have to have time off in order to do another Broadway show, but I look forward to doing one.
Is acting from on stage totally different from acting in front of camera? And if so, can you share with that with us, for those of us who don't know exactly about that life?
It's totally different and very much the same. It's different because on stage you have the live audience, and on stage you don't have a second take. So you gotta hit it.
It's like radio.
It's like radio, exactly. And you fail sometimes, you miss, but you get tomorrow night to try it again. In television, you got a lot of takes. You can try it again. You can, not so much with Tyler Perry though.
He seems to be a person who wants it right. If you can't get it right the first time, get it right the second time.
Yeah. And you know what? I think because Tyler also does a lot of theater around, he almost runs the set like theater.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
Because he wants it the first or second take, and that's how it is.
Is that the most genuine aspect of a person when they give it to you that first time, as opposed to building up to something?
I think it might be the truest.
The truest.
Yeah, you might get the truth and the most authentic in that first take. But that's not to say that working on something and trying it again from different angles, that it doesn't work. It's just you have to have the budget. You have to have that kind of time to do that. So if you don't have that, then you hire people that can
make it happen.
So
are we finished production for the Have and Have Nots for this season?
We're going back into production in April.
Wow.
Yeah, for the next season. This season is finished.
Yeah.
We are getting ready to have a season break, and then we'll come back for the next part of this season. But all of that is finished.
And how long does it take to shoot one season?
In Tyler Perry Land?
In Tyler Perry Land, which I'm getting the impression is totally different than any other land.
Totally different.
Okay.
We shoot about 23 episodes in 6 weeks.
Wow.
I know.
Is that almost 6 days a week?
Yeah, it's about an episode a day that we shoot, which is why it's important to have people really that have a theater background or that have that can just keep moving like that. Yeah.
So I asked you to give me a little homework assignment tonight, and that is to speak to those who are pursuing a career, to speak to those who are, want to get something out of life. Obviously, there's a lot of obstacles before you even get to that level of accomplishment. And how does one continue to overcome the obstacles and still maintain the strength to pursue and move forward?
There's so many ways to do that. For me, I lean totally on my faith. That's been the one constant in my life that's kept me going. My husband, for sure. My husband has this thing that he says that, a husband should value, uplift, and push their wives' dreams.
Wow.
And I'm so blessed that I have a mate that I dream with, and I do the same for him. But definitely my faith. Purpose.
Purpose.
When you wake up in the morning and there's this thing in your gut that you want to do, that you just, You're never going to be happy until you do it. It's that, I've been wanting to write that song. I want to write, but life gets in the way. And if it's still there every morning, that's purpose.
Wow.
You have to do it. And the beautiful thing about it is your doing it has nothing to do with you. The reason why it's so inside you, the reason why it's still nagging at you is because somebody needs it.
That is deep.
So not doing it, you're letting down someone else that's waiting to hear the song that you have in you to write or the book that you have in you to write. Now, there's another level of that the book or the song that you have in you to write could be just for you.
Yeah.
And nobody else.
Yes.
You know? So, but the point is, it has to come out. It has to be birthed. You know, when we have that baby, that seed inside of us, it has to be birthed. And then, until it is, true peace just doesn't happen. So when you know that it's your purpose, when you know that it's something that you've been dreaming about, push through, no matter what, no matter the obstacles, push through. Lean on God because he's the one that planted the seed.
That's right.
You know?
Words of wisdom. Angela Robinson laying it down pretty deep tonight. I'm going to be pretty gentle on you because because you're born under the love sign of Virgo. So obviously I would have to be talking about myself just as much as I'm talking about you.
Okay.
So let's see if these characteristics.
He pulled out a piece of paper, y'all.
I pulled out my magic piece of paper. This piece of paper, y'all, is the magic truth of truths.
Okay.
So is Angela Robinson active and dynamic?
Yes or no? Is that
Yes, that's a yes or no.
Active and dynamic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Loves attention.
Not so much.
Diplomatic.
Yes.
Well, I can answer one part of this. Attractive and affectionate to oneself.
I think. I don't know. I'm affectionate to myself.
I mean, you pamper yourself? That's,
yes.
You know, you do the spa thing from time to time.
do.
You treat yourself too.
My nails and yes.
Okay. Consoling.
Consoling?
Consoling.
Yes.
Friendly.
Yes.
Solves people's problems.
If they ask me to.
Oh, so you don't volunteer?
No.
Okay, so you're a good friend. Okay, usually has many friends.
Usually has many friends?
Friends.
Yes.
Hasty.
Yes.
Stubborn.
Yes.
Good memory.
No.
No? Not good. You have a tendency to forget some things.
Yes. I remember my lines.
Well, that's a good thing. You got to do that.
Yeah.
Suave and generous.
I don't think I'm so suave.
No.
But I'm generous, yeah.
Loves to travel and explore.
Definitely.
Angela Robinson is her name. Watch her Tuesday nights on the OWN network, The Haves and the Have-Nots. Miss Veronica Harrington is her character name, a.k.a. the Ice Queen. It is an honor. She didn't stab me tonight, so obviously Veronica's tucked away. I'm glad we had
her
Angela.
home tonight.
Yes, I'm glad you kept her home.